That's up to 198 visits at our 4 sites. So we're getting a lot of time with students that need that support, or they don't have that necessarily in the classroom, but need to be successful in that environment. We're providing what's necessary for our students and our families. The Best Life is an important piece of that, but certainly not the only piece of that. I'm very excited about where we are and where we look to go. Without further ado, I'll bring Dr. David Smith up to the podium to give you all a little more of the nitty-gritty about what Best Lab looks like day to day.
We're collecting data each time a student comes to the lab, each time we assist the student to teach them to do better. When they learn to do better, that becomes their new better. That's what BEST stands for. Behaviorally, educationally, support and transition. So that's our goal. It's not to meet the students where they're at. They're doing the best they can with what they have. Teach them to do better. So they're communicating something to us. So we need to figure out what they're trying to say. And a lot of that goes back to the functions of behavior. Occasionally, we need to teach executive functioning skills to our students. And we can provide that in the lab too. So if the student needs to come out and take a test in an applied environment, that's something that we can provide as well. We provide those resources for our students. Support, provide our students the assistance to be able to help them build and maintain positive relationships and teach them how to manage their responses, behaviors, and responses to difficult situations. Also provide support for our teachers and our administrators. So that's another big avenue there. And transitions. A lot of our students struggle with transitions. Transitions from class to class, transitions from grade to grade. So this helps to provide that. And I'll talk more about some of the ways we can do that. We have like a check-in and check-out type system. So they can come in and check out and they'll have goals that they can work. Social skills supports. Some of our students struggle with social skills. So we're providing that either individually and in groups. So we're going to eventually go to the group setting. We're doing it individually now. And we'll add more groups as we continue to progress and see what each school needs. Once it is they're referred through a staffing schedule, and schedule breaks can be set up through the Best Lab. So that's what we're looking at doing now. We have several students who are doing check-ins in the morning and check-outs at the end of the day. And we see them 2 to 3 times a day. And what they'll do is they'll bring their card with them. And they'll have 3 goals. 3 goals that we've come up with, and they'll have a goal for themselves. Because I think it's important for students to have goals for themselves. You know, we can always define what we want, but we need to let the student define what they see too. Because sometimes they see things different. Sometimes they're harder on themselves than we are. So if we have a spot for them to define their own goal relationship, without building that relationship, you're not going to get anywhere with our students. So they are in the classrooms, they build relationships with the students. They're reaping the benefits of that now. We've had several. I've talked to administrators in each one of the buildings. They are thrilled with what they're seeing. Because with day treatment before, they had to do a certain amount of time. They had to have this amount of time, they can only do this thing, and they had to be seen in different things. This is something that's in-house, and we can design it truly meets our students' needs and regulations or something with that staff to work on what they're doing. We have a triggers assessment we're utilizing, and some other forms that we use as well, and a preference assessment to understand what the students like. The biggest key to this is not a punishment. It is not utilized for discipline. That's the biggest key. We don't want this to be a punishment for our students. We want this to be a resource for our students and our staff and our administrators. For our students to learn to be able to be successful inside and outside the classroom setting. So that's our goal about providing this basic skills practice. We can provide problem solving for difficult assignments. Group skills building is one of the things we'll be working on as well. We haven't gotten into groups as much yet. Scheduled and structured breaks, identification of triggers. That's what's talking about the trigger assessment. So we got to figure out what causes our students angst or what's causing those issues for our students. Self-assessment and problem solving, individual behavior plans, social problem solving, and teaching coping skills and cool-down techniques. All right, the groups we're going to be doing will be zones of regulation. That's one of the things that we'll do individually and as a group with students that are on the same level. And the check-in, check-out, 8 a.m., p.m. check-ins and check-ins throughout the day as well.